Welcome to another edition of Camper Christina Cooks. We are cooking today from the hot tent out in Go Home Lake. So what I have prepared here for my friend Sue and I is some salmon. It's got some Dijon mustard on it and some brown sugar. And I'm going to cook this somehow on the stove. We have some rice, which I'm going to cook up with my little bag of stuff here. Oh, here's the asparagus. So the asparagus, I just poured some olive oil and some garlic powder in there and mixed it up. So that's ready to go on the grill. And this is Sue's big bag of tricks there. And then I brought this. So this is for the rice. I have dehydrated peppers, which I'm about to put in the water. That's the snow water that's boiling on the stove. And this is just a mix of soy sauce, oyster sauce, and sesame oil. And I also have a little olive oil. It is frozen. Probably, well, I've never seen olive oil look like that. So it's probably pretty cold. So yeah, that's what we're gonna make. Did I miss? Right, so I got the salmon in a pan, and I put it in some foil too, so I can kind of cover it up a little bit, like tent it, so the heat stays in better. I actually have a lid for this pot, so I might put that pan, might put that there, but let's see how that does. Hopefully the bottom doesn't burn. And I guess we could make the asparagus, but they'd be done like way too early, so we'll wait on those. And the rice is actually already pre-cooked. This is something you guys have probably seen me use before. It's basmati rice from the Dollarama. And it's already cooked. You can kind of see it in there. You just rip open the package. At home you're supposed to microwave it or steam it. I just throw it in a frying pan with some sauces and it's ready to go. So it's great stuff. And I got the salmon in the pan with some foil, and I also just like, I don't know if you can see that, where's my flashlight? I crumpled up a piece of foil and just put it underneath to kind of make a little bit of a space, you know, almost like a stove element, so there's a little bit of a break so that I don't burn the bottom of the salmon and the temperature kind of tries to go through the fish because it's a little bit frozen still and it's very thick. Well, it's cocktail hour in the hot tent. What are we having here? Wait a minute.
Oh, wait a minute.
What's up with your pants?
It's warm in here. So I kind of pulled my snow pants down to my knees. And then when I get cold, I do this. And then they're nice and warm.
Nice. Okay, sorry.
So,
I get easily distracted.
I know.
So what are you drinking there? What's your drink happening?
So,
you're like, you don't have to hide it, you know. I know
I'm
you're
not.
having a drink. It's okay with everyone.
It's just back here.
We don't mind.
It's vodka and water. But then I also buy these guys. Pink lemonade.
I use those too, but I've never tried this kind. So Sue let me try this kind. I have pink lemonade.
Yep.
And I just brought some coconut rum, my drink of choice generally. So cheers.
Fine. This is my stirring method.
That's a pretty good method. I had to put a spoon in mine.
Cheers.
Cheers. Well, we're checking on the salmon, and it is flaking beautifully. It looks done.
Oh, it smells so good.
It smells so good. The Dijon and the brown sugar didn't really glaze that well because you usually have to have a grill on them, but I'm going to cover this up and put it aside, and we will make the rice now. All right. I think this is olive oil. It was when I left my house anyways. We're gonna put that in, I usually would cook the rice in the lower pan, but Me and rice, we kind of have a love-hate relationship. I like to eat it, but when I cook it, I get rice everywhere. So I just use a deep pot, and that way I don't have any problems. So we got the peppers have been rehydrated. What should we do with this little bit of
water?
Juice? Maybe put it, the juice.
Juice?
Yeah, it's a green pepper juice. Maybe we'll put it in with
the asparagus.
Drain that. This is probably going to cause some problems with the water and the oil, so. Alright, throw that in there. I never made this before, I just thrown some stuff together, so. Need to cover the asparagus so they cook. We need some more heat on the stove. Okay. And I just need to wait for that to start sizzling. Alright, well, I think we found our home for the night. We're up on this really big hill, and it looks quite pretty. Do the rice now. Are you rolling?
Rolling.
All right, so took us a minute to get the stove heated back up. Seems to be up and down sometimes. Got the orange and yellow peppers in there already. And see, that's what I meant about the rice. I'm terrible with it. Okay, so got the rice in there. It's already cooked, like I said, so just need to heat it up. There's a little bit of olive oil in there and just a bit of the water that's left over from the peppers, which should give it a nice flavor. Just gonna heat it up. And I've got my sauce here, so I'm just going to pour that on there. Actually, I might mix it up first because I know it likes to separate different layers. Put that on there. Mix it in. How's it smell, Sue?
Oh,
You smell it?
Smells so good. You can smell the salmon, the asparagus, the peppers.
It's definitely nice to be able to cook in the winter outside. You know, when you're cold camping, it's kind of tough because you're fighting the elements really badly outside, trying to get a stove to be hot and fuel to work, and this is just so convenient. Let's put a tiny bit more sauce in there, and I think we're just about ready to eat. Hello. All right, well, I think the dinner is ready. The rice looks pretty tasty. It's just got some peppers in it and some sauce. Salmon's over there. And the asparagus are simmering. You ready to eat?
I am.
And I brought the fancy plates. All right, well, there's the finished dinner. It looks pretty good. What do you think there, Sue?
I cannot wait to dive into this. It looks so good.
Me too. Let's eat.
Let's eat. Cheers.
Cheers.
So good.
I hope nobody's standing outside the tent because there's a lot of mms coming from here. This dinner is good. I'm really happy with it.